This is the story of Medal of Honor recipient, Gunnery Sergeant John Basilone. John Basilone was born on November 4, 1916, in Buffalo, New York, the sixth of 10 children in a hardworking Italian-American family. When he was just 2, the Basilones returned to their hometown of Raritan, New Jersey, where John attended St. Bernard's parochial school before leaving high school to chase a greater calling. In 1934, at just 18 years old, he enlisted in the U.S. Army. He served proudly with the 16th and later the 31st Infantry Regiment, and it was during his time overseas that he fell in love with the Philippines, a place that would shape his character, his leadership, and his fighting spirit. Basilone became known not only for his skill with weapons but also as a champion boxer, earning respect among soldiers and locals alike. After his discharge, he returned home and took a job as a truck driver, but civilian life couldn't contain him. The call of duty and his desire to return to the Philippines burned deep. In 1940, John re-enlisted, this time in the United States Marine Corps. After completing his training, he was stationed at Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. But history was shifting fast. When America entered World War II, Basilone was sent to the Pacific as part of the 1st Battalion, 7th Marines, 1st Marine Division. Their destination, Guadalcanal in the Solomon Islands. It was there that John Basilone would become a legend. The Marines had captured a critical Japanese airfield, later renamed Henderson Field. It was a muddy, rain-soaked battlefield surrounded by jungle, and it was about to erupt. On the night of October 24, 1942, 3,000 soldiers of Japan's 2nd Division launched a brutal assault to retake the airfield. Outnumbered and surrounded, the Marines dug in for survival. Basilone commanded 2 heavy machine gun sections, 15 men in total, guarding a narrow pass by a river. If that pass fell, the entire American defense could collapse. The enemy attacked in waves, mortars, grenades, machine gun fire. Bodies piled against the barbed wire as Japanese soldiers climbed over their fallen comrades to continue the assault. When one of his guns was destroyed, Basilone didn't hesitate. He hoisted a 90-pound machine gun onto his shoulder and sprinted through enemy fire to set it up himself. Through the night, he cleared jammed guns, replaced barrels, and ran through enemy lines to resupply his men with ammunition. At times, he fought with his Colt .45 in one hand and a machete in the other. By dawn, the field before him was covered with enemy dead. 38 Japanese soldiers lay lifeless directly in front of his position. His leadership, bravery, and sheer willpower stopped the Japanese advance. The airfield remained in American hands, and Guadalcanal became a turning point in the Pacific War. For his heroism, SGT, John Basilone was awarded the Medal of Honor in May 1943. When Basilone returned home, 30,000 people filled the streets of Raritan, New Jersey to welcome him. He was sent on a National War Bond tour, celebrated as a hero, but John Basilone was never one for fame. He wanted to fight, not pose for cameras. He turned down offers of a commission and an instructor role, insisting on returning to his men. In July 1944, his request was finally granted. At Camp Pendleton, California, John met Lena Riggi, a Marine in the Women's Reserve. They fell in love and soon married just before he shipped out again. This time, Basilone joined the 5th Marine Division, and on February 19, 1945, he landed with the first wave on the black sands of Iwo Jima. The battle was fierce beyond imagination. Machine gun fire tore through the air, mortars exploded all around. Basilone led his men forward under fire, single-handedly destroying a Japanese blockhouse with grenades and explosives. Moments later, he braved a minefield to guide a trapped tank to safety. Only hours after landing, Basilone was struck and killed by an enemy mortar round. He was 28 years old. For his extraordinary bravery on Iwo Jima, he was posthumously awarded the Navy Cross and the Purple Heart. He now rests among heroes at Arlington National Cemetery, a symbol of courage, sacrifice, and devotion to duty. Gunnery Sergeant John Basilone remains a legend of the United States Marine Corps, a man who embodied the spirit of the Corps motto, Semper Fidelis, always faithful. To this day, the town of Raritan, New Jersey honors his memory with an annual parade, and his story continues to inspire generations of Marines and Americans alike.